Here.
Hello and welcome to the Astropub, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Berserker01 Batman Shelley, your humble host and space bartender here at the Astropub, your space bar at the end of Twitch. This is the Captain's Table. It's a Star Citizen podcast run by myself about the fan community, bringing in different members every week to talk about Star Citizen and Star Citizen accessories, related topics. Sometimes we talk about Star Citizen, though. Sometimes we don't. Depends. Usually it sort of framed around Star Citizen. But before we get into the details, let's start with the head of the table, the man, the myth, the legend, the titan of Star Citizen, the scruffy Neelix of our community, Mr. Fastcart. How you doing, Fastcart?
Oh, you're doing a Neelix thing again.
Hey, listen, you're the one who called yourself the ambassador.
My least favorite name. Hi everyone, I'm Fastcart, also known as FG. I'm around the community just a bit, not a lot, just a bit. I'm a moderator for a few streamers, and I also maintain a package chart for the Star Citizen, and let you know what you get with each package and which one is the better deal and stuff like that. And I'm also on Relay and the base radio and everywhere.
He also does a lot of work with you work with Nakara sometimes with Relay on the like the financial stuff, right?
The crowdfunding stuff also.
So he does a lot of those them numbers. So yeah. Then the next person we have is the Dizzlest of the A's, the Mr. AYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYYY himself. C Dizzle. Who are you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm C Dizzle. I stream Star Citizen when I'm not already over my Comcast data cap.
Gotta love Comcast.
And pretty much like whatever's popular on Twitch. The game.
Are we
a
gonna
bunch
see
of ridiculous stuff? Ridiculous things.
Do you do PUBG now?
I do play
a lot of
way
PUBG.
too much PUBG.
Okay, good.
Don't y'all?
and I'm garbage at it. So.
Next person we have is Senior Money of the Geos, the man from Chi-Town, who is here to save all of your faith in Star Citizen. Geo Get Money.
What's up, players? I'm usually a troll stomper on my YouTube channel. I troll the trolls and make them fear me. So I just cover SC content on there, and I would say I stream, but I haven't been streaming enough to say I stream. But you could go to my channel, check my streaming, and I'm about to enjoy Star Citizen on Switch because it's better than PC. Get wrecked. So PC Master Race can cry, and I know it's coming to the Switch. I got inside information, so go cry on the forums about it. Get wrecked.
Well, it does have a dual analog stick, so it's like dual joysticks.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and then then you could just you could take these off. I could fly the ship like this, like with the little dual con. So get wrecked. Yeah.
Can you even see the engine trails on the Switch?
Switch Master Race. Getting rid of my PC. All you people cousins can cry now.
I'm actually kind of jealous because that's the one thing. I need a PS4 and a Switch, but I'm more like I need a Switch more than I am a PS4 at this point, and I'm still like I need the monies. Finally, we saved the best for last. The brewer and creator of the holiest of all alcohols. The man who brings you news twice a week, or once every 2 weeks.
There's the one.
Once every 2 weeks. Not to be confused with a fantastic game which is coming out soon, called Fortnite.
Mm-hmm. We called ourselves Fortnite first, so
I know, but I expect that once the game comes out, they'll be like, "What? Why is Fortnite? Is that Fortnite Frontier? You guys,
you know what's funny story about this? I seen them following me on Twitter. I actually thought it was Fortnite thing. I said, "Oh, I wonder why they're following me. They want to give me a copy of the game." I was so happy. I was like,
"Oh, it's just Darsh."
It's just me.
Darjanator, who are you? Well, what do you do in Star Citizen?
I am Darionator, and I make a podcast with Meyer Test like you said, every 2 weeks we go out. And actually recently I've also started making Star Citizen videos under the umbrella of Test Squadron. We got one out. It's to do with what to expect in Star Citizen 3.0, and probably we'll be releasing one every week or so, just to get the sort of...
One every other week?
Nah, probably more often than that, hopefully. I mean...
Yeah, Darsh is actually one of the most recent members of Test Gaming. So our media team,
yeah.
It's... we've got people like Clifford, we've got Darj, we've got who's the most recent one other than you? There's another one who came in.
I can't even keep track on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no longer the exclusive club that it once was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
You mean I could get in?
No.
Get wrecked, bro.
Got him.
See, I think you are the latest one, yeah, because we brought Nixon before you came in, I think. So.
Yeah.
But yes, and of course I am Paul. The Astropub's my channel. We do Star Citizen content. We do space and science fiction. If you're watching this at home, not live, then it means you're watching this either on our vodcast, which we do twice during the weekend. We do it once after this cast, like midnight Central, or a little bit later, so that Europeans who had to go to bed early may have a chance to watch it. And then we'll also do one on Sundays. And then we also will be bringing this to YouTube faster now that I'm actually moved in. They get to put up on Wednesdays. So if you want to watch this live, however, we do stream this at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. GMT, which is actually 10 p.m. British summertime right now, which is 11 p.m. Central Europe summertime.
Nope, it's
You know
midnight
all the
and
time
11
zone,
in
not
UK.
It's 10, right? Yeah. No, it's 11?
It's 10 Universal Time,
Oh.
which is British winter time. So it's 11 British summertime and midnight Central European summertime.
Oh, okay. So that got switched backwards in my brain. Anyways,
Yeah.
there we go. So you can watch it live. Now it's this week. We've been gone for 2 weeks. We've got a lot we can cover. I covered the loan with on the relay station, so we can talk about it if you want. But I think it's pretty much done. It's business.
Yeah.
It was a business decision. It's been beat to death. It was fun to see the people who came out and were like, "It's the end of the world," because you could just be like, "Oh yeah," especially when you got Ort winning going on at the end of that. It was just like,
No, not just Ort winning. Hashtag Ort winning.
yeah, it just this is beautiful. Let's see who crawls back into their hole.
I did like CIG's response time this time. Stump those trolls out the fuck early before articles even catch fire. PC Gamer and all them could even make an article fast enough because they shut it down that fast. So I like that response time.
How fast was it? It was like a day or so?
No, I think it was like a couple of hours when the articles start coming.
Oh, wow.
I think it was within 12 to 13 hours of the actual news. And I think the news was originally brought out there on the weekend so that CIG would have less time to be able to handle it. Would be this kind of stuff tends to happen around Gamescom, and it also tends to our major events, and it also tends to happen like right on a weekend so that everyone's asleep or everyone's at home, so it could fester.
They thought it was slick.
It's shitty and that kind of stuff, but whatever. And at the end of the day, it's just a business decision. But I think it was a good. He had to stand up and do what he did, which is a good example of how CIG is communicating better.
I mean, obviously it's Illuminati, and they're working with the government, and it's all a scam. The government is helping the scam right now. I don't want to hear any facts, okay?
So which government? There's like a whole bunch of them involved now.
Yeah, there's at least 3, if not
like
more.
The UEE.
Fucking
Now, UK government, nope, it's all
The
Illuminati.
Shi'an Protectorate.
Illuminatis, the Illuminati, the Templars, they're all involved. It's a scam, man. The rock people who live in the center of the earth.
I bet the Tavarn are actually the Illuminati.
They are confirmed.
Yeah. It's not the lizard people, it's the bird people.
The bird peoples.
And it can't be Banu.
Talk about a fucking plot twist.
It's those feathers, man.
Damn feathers.
Yeah, and they can rustle them. They just can't be rustled. Them feathers.
Rustle them feathers. You can rustle their jimmies though. It's pretty easy. You know,
That's
the
true,
jimmies
yeah.
can't be rustled.
Those suits do look really tight.
So like the big stuff. There really wasn't a lot of big stuff this week. However, I think the announcement was that they actually managed to nail down a lot of their problems at least this week. In the weekly newsletter, they said that they were able to nail down some of the problems they were having, and so instead of having item 2.0 character customization, exploring planets, re-entering planets, new flights, flight systems, all these different parts which they were able to test independently of each other. And they finally got to put it all back together into one whole and start testing it as one
right.
unit.
All
which is
in
good.
one hole. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
Star
real
Citizen's a
odd.
naughty girl.
Yes.
dirty girl.
And the captain's table starts off right. This is exactly how every captain's table needs to start.
And it only took 10 minutes.
And it took 10 minutes before we got into the sex puns. That's awesome.
Not too long.
Yeah.
Right. And if you look at the schedule report, the number of completed subsections went up by at least 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
put in the diff checker for the
Yeah.
schedule report just in Twitch chat.
A lot of stuff is done. The only things that are critical that need to get done are next week. They've been pushed to next week and middle
And
of
all
the
the stuff that say they still need a month, it's stuff that's waiting for the engineers and developers to actually do the stuff that matters first, and then they can go on to the character development and whatever it was. There was some just
It's the UI
BF
stuff.
or-
It's UI
the
stuff
stuff, yeah.
and apps for the mobile glass is mostly what's done. But the actual being able to because all of the networking isn't completely done, but the networking that they need, one of the three parts of the networking they need to get done to make Star Citizen more stable again is more stable for the first time is
Jesus.
is done.
Make Star Citizen great again.
The first one's done. The second one's due next week or in 2 weeks, so that's going to be a bit. Serialization is done. The next one, I can't remember what it was exactly, but that one's going to be. And then
It's the one that dictates how often items or entities that are far away from you get updated.
yeah, and then
That's the one that's very close to being finished.
yeah, and then there's one that literally just says screw everything that's too far away. We're not going to load it into
Yep.
memory, and that one is not going to be done until 3.1 or 3.2.
Yeah,
so,
that's bind unbind. Yeah.
Yeah, bind unbind. So
It's good to know that it's not only Star Citizen with network problems, because me and Paul was playing World of Drift, and they have
Jesus.
hella problems too.
yeah,
So there's a lot of games that have network problems, so don't be scared.
yeah.
Well, it's not like network is an easier thing to program, right?
Probably the hardest thing in the game, to be honest.
I talk about network engineering as kind of like part science and part voodoo. It's like you just kind of
Alright.
you get some part you just get it because you can, and some part you get it because you're just good at that one part and no one else can replicate it. You can just touch it the right way and it works.
Touch it the right
And
way.
and how many people does CIG employ right now? 420 or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
remember.
And
Jeez,
how
yeah.
many network engineers there are?
And they're hiring more.
Six.
They're hiring more people.
Six. There's
Yeah, they all
six,
hire
and I
people.
believe there are two per studio almost because there's two
Where the hell?
two in Austin. I don't know if LA has any, and I know that Frankfurt and Manchester have some as well. So I think there's
Yeah.
two per studio except for LA and the new one, which I can't remember what it is. I think it's Rugby. No, it's not Rugby.
Manchester.
Rugby.
It's not Manchester. There's two UK studios. There's Manchester
Oh,
and
right,
then
yeah.
there's it's Bixby.
Hogwarts?
No, I can't remember the name of it. Yes, Hogwarts. We're gonna call it Hogwarts.
That's amazing. A company that's in debt is still hiring people. It's unreal. Crytek had to let people go. I mean, this is unreal stuff here.
Yeah, not even that. I mean, CIG hired
Unreal
people from
engineers.
Crytek.
Hotworks.
Probably
Hotworks.
Amazon keep bailing them out, I guess.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it
keep
is.
bailing them
Totally.
out. Get out of jail for free card.
Some of the big things that I missed in the last we didn't talk about on the table the last couple of weeks was I'm trying to think of it because it's all kind of run together in my brain. Item port 2.0 I think is what we know. What was last week's ATV? It was a Manchester one. No, Yeah, it was Manchester.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was.
I get confused.
Yeah, like they just jump every like I know what the next one is because I know this last one was
Yeah, they just said it was.
AZX
Well,
was either
they're going
Frankfurt
around
or-
the planet. So you got L.A., Austin, Manchester, and Frankfurt.
Yeah, but
and then you go
they
back.
switch off. They switch off like Austin, then they do an American studio, then a European studio, then an American studio, then a European studio.
Oh,
back
right,
and forth.
okay.
Last week was
Last week
Germany.
was
Right.
solar systems and not preview. The solar,
Yeah.
the solar.
Yeah,
The Soled.
yeah.
Which was not a bad. It was one of the more technical ones, which was a good one. I think a lot
I
of people.
won that on a happy hour.
Yes, a lot of people want to see you build. Want to see what it takes to build a system from square one, and maybe even build a planet from square one.
It'll take more than an hour, probably.
We'll see.
Not really. You got the system done in 5 minutes.
Yeah, the system can populate pretty quickly because it's auto-generated, and then the planets themselves
Oh,
are
okay.
auto-generated as well. It's just you have to like paint and like add stuff to a planet to be able to mess around with it. They kind of showed it. They showed it to us, I think, at CitizenCon last year, and they showed it. They showed
a bit, yeah.
They showed a bit of how that kind of stuff works. So
But to an already populated planet, not a blank sphere. So I'd like to see how that goes from like a blank sphere to what kind of planet it is and what kind of color it is, what sort of biomes it's got, and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I'd like to see.
It's basically all the planets they had in Star Wars. You got your Hoth planet, you got your Tatooine, your desert planet, and the desert planet has a sandworm on it, so that they trying to keep some variety.
exactly.
I remember
they
that
do
they
as
weren't
well,
going
so-
that way, and they did going that way. But I'm totally fine with it.
Yes, see, this little question. He's yawning. See, this is just bored because he's
Nah,
not.
I
too
literally
bored for
woke
you,
up
Dizzle?
like 1 minute before I responded to you guys on Discord.
Yeah, we had. So originally,
bored.
I've been awake for
Bored.
10 minutes.
we originally had at least 4 other people who were supposed to show up, and each one of them dropped out, and I had to get that. 2 of them dropped out, so I got 2 more, and then both of them dropped out. So
Stood us up.
You had to call him the D League support.
I gotta call on the diesel, the CDA.
We're second class citizens around here.
I mean, she doesn't was like, Ascot's gonna be on, oh, I'll be on too.
Yeah. Oh,
Can't miss
God.
that. No.
So I mean, there was some bitching about the contrails, the whatever they're
The
called.
engine trails and the
yeah.
contrails, yeah. But you have like armchair scientists, advocating that engine trails can exist in space, and no, they can't exist in space. And then you have people saying it's 930 years in the future. How can we not make engines that don't make any pollution and leave trails behind? It's just like it's a fucking.
We won't even have
It's a
ships with
video
pilots.
game, It's
Yeah, right.
It's essentially the reason why we have contrails and engine trails is just so you can see ships better. You know, in the
And
distance.
I thought that was only planet side. I didn't think it's in space too now.
Yeah, it used to be in space. Don't you
engine
remember
trails.
it? Don't you remember the engine trails used to be in Arena Commander when you fly around? You had like a little trail behind you wherever you went.
That's right. It was on there. So
Yeah.
they're bringing them back.
Yeah,
Everyone's so preoccupied if we
But
should or shouldn't be
missiles
polluting
have
space. But why would we
trails.
even have human pilots?
yeah,
Yeah,
Why would
yeah, they
why
want
would
to be that
it
specific.
automated?
yeah.
Yeah. Look, this just brings me, because I started streaming, and I have been streaming like really old school games. And the first game I played was Mission Critical, which was like this Myst style point and click. And in there, what ship to ship combat is done via drone combat, because even like a game that came out in 1995 already predicted that in the future, combat like this is going to be far too intense for humans to be able to survive physically. Being able to accelerate at 100 Gs and turn on a dime and stuff like that. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're damn near there now with jets. I mean, pretty soon pilots are going to be irrelevant.
Well, jets. Technically, the jets that humans are flying right now are capable of
humans
pulling.
already.
They can outperform
Yeah.
the human pilot, but
Exactly.
but the humans can't actually function in them. So like
I mean,
we're only a couple
Which is why
generations away
UAVs
from.
are coming
Yeah.
much more popular. Yeah.
there's been many anime series where you put a human pilot against a machine pilot, and yeah.
Yeah.
then it doesn't end well.
Unless you have a really good human pilot in those series, you usually lose.
It's trying to be like some Top Gun shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Look at that 13-year-old boy with the really strangely long hair. He can.
Blue hair is that.
Blue hair.
Matter of
Yeah.
fact, I think the new Top Gun movie that is what's going to be based about. They're replacing pilots with the drones, and then I guess Tom Cruise is going to be like, "Look, humans are still better." Type
Hell,
shit.
That's the
Actually,
that's the plot to
That's
what is it to
The one with Jamie Foxx.
No. There's a video game coming out. Ace Combat 7. That's the plot for Ace Combat 7.
yeah. Oh, right.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was just saying that's more of like an Iron Eagle type of plot, not a
Yeah.
Top Gun.
Iron Eagle. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Top Gun 2 coming out. Look it up.
Tom
But-
Cruise still playing.
But the point being is that engine trails have been in since the announcement. The first
Yeah.
announcement for Kickstarter had engine trails on those on your ships. The earliest Arena Commander had engine trails on all the ships. After it didn't work.
Missiles still have engine trails.
Yeah.
So are people bitching about the planet-side ones? Because
No, the space ones.
Space
okay,
ones
just
mostly.
the space ones. Okay, I'm about to say because I still see I could go outside and probably look at a trail right now. That's been
Those-
left from like an hour ago.
Yeah, those are
People don't go
contrails.
outside anymore. Don't you realize they don't see stuff like that anymore?
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
that's
Fuck
true.
What about
that, huh?
Star Citizen?
I just sell uniforms and cry all day. Fuck that.
The big thing is that honestly, I said this on the relay station, and I'll say it again: is that you won't notice it. It'll go away. Like they're essentially designed to help you see slightly further ahead than you can see now in terms of being able to tell directions. But that's it. It's not designed to be like, oh look, there's that pilot that's 16 kilometers that direction. I can see exactly how he's moving, because that's not how the rendering system
No.
works.
Of course not.
It's designed just to help you in dogfights when you can basically instant turn with these ships. And that's the other thing is it's designed for Squadron 42. Because we're gonna need that in Squadron 42, especially
Spoilers,
for larger and smaller,
Holy
you know,
spoiler.
for super pro elite pilots and the scrub pilots and everywhere in between. It's gonna be easier for them to see it.
Another thing that's connected to that would be interesting is because you have different types of components. You got industrial and competition and stealth. Maybe like an industrial one's going to create a huge plume of smoke, but it's going to propel you much further, more torque. But a stealth one may not have as much go when it comes to thrusters, but only this little sort of dinky little engine trail behind you to make you stealthy.
Yeah, exactly. Like the stealth ones will be able to mask your trail a little bit better, kind of stuff.
And then you got the blackout mechanic on top of that. That's going to kind of equal it out. So just because you can see them doesn't mean you can do a sharp turn and follow the trail without blacking out.
Yeah.
Like on Elite Dangerous, when you follow a fucking trail on there, you barely black out, so you could just chase them all day. But with that blackout mechanic, kind of evens it out. So
My only question is, how are they going to dissipate, like when Captain Richard plays and he farts? They can't dissipate that.
There's no technology that can manage that. No, it's just impossible. That's where Star Citizen's going to fail. They can't handle Captain Richard's farts in his cockpit. It's just gonna destroy the game. It'll crash.
I think that's what they need. He needs like a hook to his microphone, and every time the game detects a fart noise, his afterburner fuel goes up.
It goes up.
that'd be so much immersion, bro. That immersion.
Oh, that's fidelity.
I forgot to mention it, but we'll start this here in about 4 minutes or so because we reached our goal last night of 150 subscription points for Twitch. Actually 164.
Congratulations.
We got a new emote, but the other thing is that I promised I was going to give away Freelancer. So we're giving away a Freelancer today. It'll be a keyword giveaway. So, but the one thing I will say is you have to follow Fastcart, Darge. Do you want to have them follow Meyer as well, or do you have a separate channel for Fortnite Frontier now, guys? Is it still on Meyer's channel?
No, not yet. No, on YouTube it is on Fortnite Frontier, but for the podcast it's still Meyer because we do get more viewers there. So
Okay, so you need to follow Meyer, Fastcart, Darge, C-Dizzle, and Geo. All of them.
Meyer, is that the guy who's just a red hat?
Yes, he's just a red hat.
You're just a red hair.
No, that's his hair.
Hold on.
That's actually his hair. People think it's his hat, but it's his hair.
I think
Yeah,
someone
I
confirmed
just
in one of his
started
other
to watch
streams
for
the
the
other
hat.
day. It's like the new Mario games. It's not Fire that's playing. It's the
It's the hat.
That is definitely the new Mario hat. He just fucking throws it, does everything with it.
So yeah,
by the way,
make sure you
Paul.
follow those people. Yes.
Something I wanted to bring up is that they had a lot of stuff about, I mean, your kind of gameplay in the last ATV. They brought up bars and stuff like that, and sitting in bars and wiping down the bars and stuff like that. So.
I'm excited about that. I want to take complete credit for it, but I know that
Yeah,
Chris
exactly.
Chris has been wanting like the bar mechanics. They've been talking about bar mechanics for
Well,
2
every
years.
freelancer game has had bars in it.
That's the
So,
thing.
as like a so it has to have a bar.
Not just every freelancer, every Chris Roberts game in
Yeah.
space has a bar somewhere in there. So, now follow.
We need to get Tasty Hall on those shelves, man.
Yes.
Gotta have that
Oh
ball.
god, yes. We gotta sneak that in there. So it makes me hopeful that I can do things like players can wipe down bars if they want to, or like serve, you know. But that's
I
just
just want
that's
to
just
start a
my
bar fight.
dude. Bar fights.
So
that'd be
and so glass on the
fantastic.
floor. When I've
Just
seen
walk
when I've
up
seen-
to an NPC and just like throw a glass at them, pick it up, and just like break it on their
That
head.
probably
Grab a
happened more
bottle,
often.
smash it.
Yeah.
That probably happened more often in the lawless territory. You wouldn't see stuff like that in Terra or Soul.
I would still love to see something like that where like because you can the grab and throw like the pick up and the pick up and put down mechanics are in game now, and plus the grab mechanics. Imagine go up and grabbing a glass, taking the glass and then throwing it at an NPC and like chucking it and breaking it apart outside his head to start a fight in the middle of a
Well,
like
3.0 they
Terra?
said fighting.
You have to just take
somebody.
take somebody else's beer and drink it, and that's gonna be enough to start a fight.
there we go.
And
That's-
remember, everyone, you talk about in-game here. We're not talking about doing it in the next bar citizen that
No,
you go to.
no, I
That's
do
what
that all
I'm
the
doing at my
time.
bar. Speak for yourself, fast car.
Speaking of bar citizen, I'm selling tickets for CitizenCon.
Yes. So the first
First
two CitizenCon waves are completely sold out. They sold out in less than
Yes.
30 seconds, and Darj is in
Yes.
pain because Darj because Darj
Pain
missed him.
flows through me like a angry river.
Get wrecked.
pain.
I'm gonna try to make it the first con. It's not official. It's not really definite or anything like that. But yeah.
But you still, if you didn't get your chances to get CitizenCon tickets, you still have a chance later today to get. There's 350 CitizenCon tickets that are going on sale.
Yeah.
And then if you can't make it to CitizenCon at all, and you're in the United States or willing to go to the United States, we are going to be putting on an event called VerseCon here in Austin. It's going to be taking place on the 27th and 28th of October. So the Friday where we're going to do a watch party for CitizenCon proper, and then the next day we're going to have some events. We have competitions going on for Arena Commander and Star Marine with the hosted by the SC4. We'll have Trek IR is going to come down. We're talking to people like Thrustmaster, so they're going to have like they'll have their sticks, and we'll be giving away headsets and showing off demos for the headsets. If you ever tried a Trek IR, you can try that, and we'll have some other stuff like that in there for you guys if you guys come down. As
Should have
well
been
as-
called Hurricane, though. That was a missed opportunity.
yeah.
I just put in some link for VerseCon so people can,
So, yeah,
can keep track.
it's versecon.space is that is. We are gonna have a couple more stuff. That's the landing page. We're selling tickets 5 p.m. Central,
Tomorrow.
so 3 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern. I guess 11 p.m. British summertime and midnight Central European summertime. But I wouldn't expect anyone from the EU to want to come to VerseCon because it's a long ass way.
This is America.
This is America. You have your own CitizenCon. Let us have ours with
I've heard from
beer
John
and
that-
Texans.
I've heard from John that Ben Ratnick will be in our VerseCon. And he's not going to Germany.
Yeah, we have to make sure that he confirmed it, but he did tell us that he wants to come. Him and I always remember her by her handle. I can't remember him and his wife. Alexis, thank you.
Yes.
Him and Alexis are planning on going to VerseCon. And since they both lived in Austin for a bit, you know, it's kind of like coming back. So, So yeah, we can't guarantee CIG employees will be there, but
I'm not saying guarantee anything.
but we hope that they'll show up, that kind of stuff.
The
Especially
real question is who gets first dibs, the concierge or subscribers, or what's going on?
You got to sub and follow all of the streamers who are helping to put it on.
I'm a
and...
level 2 sub here.
Wait, I'm a moderator for most of the Twitch streamers. Doesn't that give me anything?
We actually have no idea the interests. We're shooting for something around 300 people to possibly show up.
Hurry, shit.
We're expecting 300 to 600 possibly.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it just turns out like any of my birthdays and no one shows up.
Yeah. It'd be like my birthday, only not even I would show up to my own birthday.
Yeah, they are that shitty.
Yes.
Sorry.
We've got some cool things planned though. We just want to make sure that the event is good enough and interesting enough that people should show up to Austin, not just to
I'm planning on
hang out and watch.
Everyone who comes gets a bangle, confirmed by CIG.
Yes, a Bengal cat.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sponsored by the Austin Cat Shelter.
Yes.
And
so
everybody, Austin Barbecue Enthusiast Society.
Yes. Oh, so it's
you guys get sponsored by Stubbs. Like I'm coming there twice.
Oh, buddy.
Stubbs
Before we
Ticket
get off
Hub
the,
or
No, Stubbs Barbecue.
oh yeah.
But before we get off
Barbecue
BlizzCon and CitizenCon, there's going to be a coordinated effort to have a bunch of bar citizens doing a presentation. So
I think it's actually the day after the presentation. Is the plan? It's the Saturday afterwards. Yeah, is what they're going to do.
But during the presentation, I think people are going to have get together and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah. Look, if you're not going to go to Austin, you're not going to Frankfurt, and you want to find a place that you can hang out with a bunch of citizens, look at your local bar citizen group. Your local bar citizen group may have a meetup that is scheduled. You can go hang out and watch the show together. Because I watched CitizenCon live, sitting next to this man right here, and this man over here, it was fantastic because you could get up and it's like watching a long ATV. You can get up and talk with someone right next to you about it right away, and then also talk to all of the developers right away. It was pretty cool. So, but at least with a group meetup like a Bear Citizen, you can hang out and do that kind of stuff as well right away with your
thing is, considering we know so many people who kind of know who will be working at the event, maybe having a ticket isn't 100% a guarantee. You just tap Sophie girl on the arm. Hey, can you give me the snap?
Yeah.
Name dropping. I just put a link for barcitizen.sg. So if you interested in seeing whether or not there's a local event near you doing CitizenCon, check that out.
Use that site. Yeah, it's a really good one.
And also, if there isn't one, you can make your own. And the link at barcitizen.sg help you do that also.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, moving away from this,
I tried that. There's 3 people in my country who are vocal supporters of Star Citizen.
You should have the 3 people meet up and just getting drunk at a pub, a local pub or something like that. I know it's a once a month.
That's gonna happen.
What are you here for? We bought internet spaceships. How drunk are you?
Not drunk
Are
enough
you guys
yet. Or beer.
support group?
Oh,
man, I haven't gotten my merchantman yet. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Paul. I buy internet spaceships. Yeah.
Welcome, Paul.
Yeah.
Started with 1, bought 2, then got down to 40 ships. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Speaking of ships, I just made concierge in the Nox sale, so there.
Can we talk about the Nox sale a little bit? I mean, it is kind of old news, but
they sold 14K on the first day. That was just using cash.
And
Jesus Christ.
they've made 1.4
That should pay off their debt.
or 1.5 million on the Nox sale so far. They made about 500K in a day, in 24 hours of the Nox sales going live.
That's a lot of LTI tokens, baby.
I was gonna say the same thing, Gio. You stole my line right from me.
See,
So.
I bet you mine. Yeah, If you don't get LTI tokens now and you don't pick up now, I don't feel bad for you because you had plenty of opportunities to get LTI tokens.
Wasn't it the same when they were selling the Archimedes?
Mm-hmm. The Archimedes was $30, so it was $10.
The Dragonfly.
Yeah, the Dragonfly was an LTI as well, but it was $35, so it was still slightly cheaper. Well, $30.
The Argos.
The Argos were the Argos $30? Yeah, they were similar.
40, yeah.
Yeah,
something
they were
like that.
40.
They're
You get
cheap.
like
They were
pack.
cheap. And there's another space bike coming along too. I think it's made by Origin, so I don't know when that's going to come out.
Did they confirm
That's
that?
going to be a fancy fucking bike.
Did they confirm that? Because that was the one thing that I said, if anyone's going to make a freaking space bike again, it would be Origin. Like, Origin would have to. Just because they can't let Drake build a fucking space bike and let them. It's like, no.
But depending on how big the 600 is,
Fuck you,
If the
Space
600
Russians. We're Space German. We'll do this.
if it's big enough, I would like to see some. If they have a space motorcycle to go with the 600, I think that'd be awesome.
Coming soon to a
And you can buy
spaceport
a
near you, the RSI pizza delivery bike.
Yeah. no. Scooty Puff.
no,
Scooty Puff
it'll be the
Jr.
big
is what you
mini
need.
delivery.
Yeah, you need the Scooty
But
Puff
you know
Jr.
what-
from Futurama.
What Origin needs to do? A sidecar bike.
No, that would
Sidecar bike?
that would be like a misc bike if it were going to do if it was going to be a
Think?
bike. Yeah, like one so you can have a dude hanging out the side like salvaging stuff as you fly by, you know, or like holding on to that one
Fucking
piece.
hand net.
Yeah. Wacky
Grabbing
races,
onto a
Star
leather
Citizen
strap
style.
Oh no, here comes Dr. Banu.
Yeah.
Who's actually Javarin. We don't really know why we call him Dr. Banu.
He likes to eat Banu.
Oh man. No, but I mean, the one thing that these sales have brought up is that there needs to be a lot more ground-based vehicles, and I still continue to say there needs to be two things. There's sort of going to be this with the not the Ursa, it's the other one, the Lynx. A science-based, like a science buggy. Like something you go down and it's just nothing but science suites and scanning suites everywhere. So you can.
How about a search and rescue buggy?
Yeah, like you need a search and rescue buggy or something, some kind of like ambulance. And you also
I would like an APC type one where you have different roles for it. So it could be search and rescue, it could be science. I would love an APC ground vehicle. I think that'd be awesome.
I'd also love to see
want the
like
one
a
from
flatbed.
Star Trek Nemesis.
There was an APC in Star
I
Trek
don't
Nemesis.
remember that. I've seen the movie, I just don't recall it. I tried to block that movie from my mind.
No, it wasn't Nemesis. Oh my God, what one was it? The one where they found B4. Yeah, it was Nemesis. Yeah.
That was Demetrius.
Yeah, it was Nemesis. Yeah, Picard's clone found B4 and then scattered them all over a planet, and they went down in the captain's yacht and then out of the yacht. Like a 30-person, really fast, all-terrain buggy with a gun at the back.
Can't remember that at all.
I think I remember that a little bit. I remember the like captain's yacht thing. I remember that one. But it's been so long since I've seen Nemesis, so.
Yeah, I've only seen it once, so I don't intend to see it again.
And it was called the Argo.
It was called the Argo. Wow.
Get ready, bro.
You getting
Is
raided?
it a cargo Argo or a...
Wrecked.
What was the big thing that we? Thanks for the host there and the raid there, Space Bros. Welcome, Tachi.
Space Bros?
Oh, God
Oh,
damn it,
I
Darsh.
pasted the link and I was timed out.
Hold on.
Oh,
Permit.
got him.
And
Go ahead and go now.
Thank you.
boom.
I'm still banned for 47 seconds.
Oh, hold on.
Get
Take it
banned,
like
bro.
a man, Darsh. Jeez.
Be a big boy.
There you go.
Now we wait. Thank you.
Hmm.
Oh, still 30 seconds to go. I'll wait.
Oh.
I'll wait.
Wrecked.
Yes.
Um,
Tyrannosaurus wrecked.
But the one thing I'd really like to see is like the hover mule from Firefly, or something like that. Something designed to carry cargo, because you can imagine they've already showed that, some places you have to land because you can't park your ship where it needs to go. And so if you say there's like an outpost that needs supplies, and you got to park it outside because there's some storm going through, you got to do some some Balto shit and like dog sled supplies into
Did you say Balto?
Shit, yes.
What the fuck?
What was that was based off an actual event I know that happened, where they had to dog sled in supplies from to some gnome to some
that
no
was no dog movie.
yeah but
Paul,
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I mean, since we already know that the Dragonfly can carry some cargo, I know it's not a huge amount, but I mean, I'm going to be driving that thing indoors to make my delivery. You're not going to stop me.
What we need is what is it? What we need is I keep blanking on this one.
All we need is love.
All we need is love. But what we need is some a trailer for the Dragonfly or something like that, so you can carry these larger cargo.
Would you like the mule from the series or the movie Serenity?
The movie Serenity. The
movie,
mule from the series Serenity would basically be the Dragonfly as it is. It's because the mule from the series was just an ATV, and I think that's what the.
Yeah, but in the first episode, it showed it towing a trailer.
Yeah, it could tow a trailer, which would be great. I mean, I think
a trailer for the Dragonfly could solve your problem.
Yeah, that would be fine. But I would imagine. I'm imagining you drop off a whole sea, or you have a large cargo container you need to get there. Mm-hmm. How do you take it there? Yeah.
So basically, we're gonna have a Euro Truck Simulator for Star Citizen in Star Citizen.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of the plan. This game is already part Arma, part Sims, part space game, part freelancer, part 2, and everything else. So it makes sense. But we know that it's going to have to happen. We know that cargo vessels or cargo missions will happen. We do know that you can't always reach a place that needs the cargo. So you're going to need to have.
So it's more like spin tires than than Euro Truck Simulator.
Yeah, exactly. And well, I'm not saying you have to drive halfway across the planet, but you could drive 5 minutes. To
a place where you can land the ship. Yeah. Although why somebody would make an outpost or research station where you can't access it by a ship is questionable.
They could be researching some sort of weird phenomena there that requires them to be in it, and they can't. Because they still can't land it.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Or inaccessible, so. What if they have an automated drone anti-grav platform thing that allows you, whether you're on foot or on space bike, and you could limit the speed so you can slow it down to limit going fast, space bike could really need to. Well, no, that's the point, is that, at a certain point, the idea is that they want to prevent people from using cargo, Argos, or whatever they can use to just fly stuff from point A to point B, or even fly people from point A to point B. So if that's going to be the case, you can't fly ships. You'll have the best you can do is do a ground-based, a Dragonfly or a Nox. So, other than that, I don't think we had much of anything else this week.
Not really, no. Still, because everybody at CIG is hunkering down, trying to get 3.0 out, so they're not really releasing a lot of content.
Mm-hmm.
So they just, I think what we did get in the past 2 weeks was something they had on the back burner, just waiting for this exact moment. So they had content just to give us,
mm-hmm.
and then they didn't really concern themselves with making new stuff.
We'll see. I think if they make the because right now the current ETF goal is next Thursday, so
yeah.
I don't think they'll necessarily hit next Thursday. It didn't
move up this week.
Yeah, there's no release date. The release date didn't move up this week. There's no delays for the times. How there's a lot of stuff getting done. So it looks like they're getting closer and closer to getting it, at least to the Evocati. And I personally think once it goes into PTU, it's pretty much released. The issue is making sure that everyone can handle it and doesn't blow up your systems for bug fixes.
That's like
I will say
the 2.6 PTU lasted a month.
Yeah.
I will say one thing. I did enjoy yesterday's happy hour because it felt like an old school RTV to me. And
Yeah.
I miss RTV. I do admit that. And we got to see Justin Chambers and meet JJ for the first time. Well, I
There
thought
were
for the first
fruit
time.
baskets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
chocolate covered strawberries.
Way to make us all look bad there, Clifford. Way to make us all
Clifford,
look
yeah.
bad.
Hell.
Fruit basket.
So we're gonna move into the question and answer section of the
Already?
podcast. So if you guys have any questions, exclamation point question in chat, exclamation point question mark, exclamation point questions plural, and
So I got
we
timed
will.
out.
Geo get banding.
Whoops.
God,
I tried to show Gurmok's APC he made.
I'm gonna paste that here. Yeah, I've seen that. I saw that. I saw Gurmok's APC. That
I would
looks
love
fantastic.
something like that
In Star
on
Citizen.
Star Citizen. Yes.
He said he did it-
Unfortunately,
yeah.
He gone.
Yeah, that's a sci-fi APC that he did, and it looks. I mean,
Yeah.
it's obvious he did ships because you look at those seats, and you're just like, that looks like a Star Citizen ship. Why? Oh, right, because Gurmok designed a lot of those ships.
Exactly.
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet though. I
Uh,
would love that.
I mean, honestly, I think 3.0 was going to release before Gamescom. They kind of have to. They kind of
Yeah.
have to because it's a publicity
So
event.
what are they going to? What's going to be the big surprise for Gamescom then?
Mining.
Yeah, I heard. I
What they
got some insider information that it is leaning towards Gamescom. So,
Yeah, I have insider information that I have alcohol in the fridge, but that doesn't make it.
I think what we'll probably see is something it'll release around Gamescom. It has to release around Gamescom only because,
Public outcry.
yeah, they have to release it before Gamescom. They can't release it after or at Gamescom because people would lose it, and they want to be able to show off
Yeah.
the 3.0 at the floor.
Gamescom is like August 22nd or something.
It's
like
the
that?
end of August, so like
I go to August, yeah.
You have time.
they have lots of time, especially if they hit the current schedule for ETF and PTU, which would be the month of July. So
Yeah, 4 days for window for ETF opens in 4 days.
yeah, so
I got myself set for 3.0 released in December. I just got myself ready for the disappointment because
it's not a bad thing to do. It's not a bad thing to like to be like, all right, I'm not expecting 3.0
Yeah.
to December because if it comes out in August, you just be like, hey, it's out in August.
yeah. Once they passed my April deadline, I was like, okay, I think they'll have it by April. After that passed, I said, oh shit, that's over with.
Yeah.
I'm putting myself in December.
Are you going a 3.0 beard? You're not gonna save it until 3.0 comes out?
Yeah, I'm not going.
I'm so hyped about 3.0. I can't wait to play it next year.
Oh shit.
Oh, damn, son. Yeah, no, I if you guys want to ask questions, exclamation point question in chat. That's you have to use that format so we can sort through it and make sure we have everything.
Are you stalling because there's no questions?
No, I'm doing that because I see people putting question in chat right now, and it's like, no, that's not how you do it. Bad chat.
Wrecked.
Bad chat.
Bad.
No biscuit.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, wow, you got a
American
lot of people
biscuits
watching.
or like British biscuits.
Wait, I do have a lot of people watching. Oh, damn.
I like Red Lobster biscuits.
Cookies, not biscuits.
Cookies.
Okay.
Cookies.
That's why I was asking for the differentiation.
Yeah, he said something about the biscuits. I heard.
The
Multinational
cheddar biscuits.
character.
The cheddar biscuits are delicious, and
Yeah,
Do those have
them
money
cheddar
in them?
biscuits. Yes,
Cheddar?
the cheddar biscuits.
cheddar.
That's
Walk
Skrilla
up to
biscuit?
an American and say chocolate chip biscuit and watch him just be
Yeah.
confused.
What? All right, so we have a couple questions. The first question is from Human Evil. Being we will have hair that will float in 0G, do you think Cox will do the same? That's
You
what-
said Cox?
Cox.
Oh, floating 0G.
Cox?
No.
Like the
because
doctor from Scrubs, or like our penises?
our penises.
Penis.
Oh,
Like
not mine.
well, the thing is that like if you don't
Mine's not
understand
swinging around anyway.
if you don't understand
I'm
how
like one of
how,
those
doors not big
doorstoppers.
how space works, is you're gonna probably be wearing suits, and suits are nice and form fitting. So I don't think anything's moving around in 0G.
Oh, so I can't have like a
Yeah,
little
there's no
zipper open and
loose
just...
genitalia,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
This is not what is it, Conan, where you can like
Conan Exile.
st-
No dick
like
slider?
yes, like like a squat and stand up and watch the thing flap on between your legs.
I successfully removed that from my mind, and you just made me remember again. God damn
Hey,
it!
Paul,
I
you
hate
telling
you.
me that there's not gonna be a wiggle slider? There's no wiggle slider.
There's no
Squad
wiggle
42?
wiggle
Damn.
slider in there. No,
I
not
mean,
yet.
the
not yet.
squatting up and down part was fun, but you ever try swimming behind someone?
As it's flopping, yeah, that's always fun to watch. It's always a fun scene. Next question comes from Human Eagle. Do you think that now Geo has a Switch, he will admit that Star Citizen is a scam and hail Nintendo as the one true god? Well, Geo.
Indeed. I'm console master race now. You PC guys are peasants. So I'm studying my PC and I'm on Switch master race. I'm gonna get the definitive version of Star Citizen on the Switch.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Put
All
that
5
on Spectrum.
polygons.
That's right. Put that on Spectrum, baby.
Next question comes.
If the Switch could run Spectrum.
Damn.
Jesus, shots fired. God damn.
Have you tried?
I wonder-
Have
I
you
wonder
tried
if-
though?
I wonder if the shot.
It has a console. It does have a.
It does
Like-
have a browser. Have
yeah.
you tried?
The only console that may be able to run it may be the Scorpio, and that's a far shot.
I'm speaking of Spectrum, not Star Citizen.
Yeah, just
Oh.
just a.
Just Spectrum, the website.
Shit.
Next question comes from Human Evil at Geo. So now that you have proof that Star Citizen is going under, how many loans will it take before EA takes over?
I give them about 3 because right now, they're so broke right now and poor. They sold so many Nox chips. What you say, 1.3 million ahead?
Yeah, or 1.4. 1.4.
1.4. That's just not enough money. They're going under, so they might as well sell to EA right now while they still can.
What do you think would be a bigger disappointment for Star Citizen fans if EA bought it out or if Facebook bought it out?
Jesus.
I think EA.
That's a hard one. I think EA is more
I'm
of
gonna
an
say
evil
EA,
empire.
But
Than
it's
that
really
one.
close. It's just fairly close.
But if EA bought it out, we get the game tomorrow.
Well, see, because that is true.
And
So if
everything
you
else
guys
is
want the game out,
DLCs.
You need to petition EA because EA will just release whatever. So if you
Yeah.
want it out right now, you don't want to wait. Petition to sell to EA.
And
Yeah, but I
everything,
think
all patches will
I'll-
be DLC. Will be $4.99 DLC.
Season pass.
Yeah.
The only problem is that the graphics are so good, you can't say anyone's face is tired already.
So they got people that already did animations on their faces, basically.
Oh, goddamn. So Siamese Dwerg asks, do you guys think that Star Citizen will have complex crafting resource / housing system like Star Wars Galaxies back in the day? Maybe eventually 13 years from now?
Not at launch.
No.
Not at launch.
No.
No. Yeah.
No.
You said building housing areas?
Basically in Star Wars Galaxies you can like craft unique weapons and items from scratch.
Baller ass houses.
Create an entire town. I've had friends who built entire cities with community, like built communities where they had houses and like shops and were all player run, including like spaceports and everything else like that, so people could land and take off. It was really cool for the time, considering Star Wars Galaxies came out in like 2002.
I'm so shitty. I never got to experience that game. I was a peasant back then, so I never got.
I almost played it. I almost played it, but my computer couldn't run it.
Yo, that's
Rag.
anything cool?
Rag.
Anything even
Yeah.
marginally cool for anyone to look at in that game? Like, you want to talk about a time sink?
Yeah.
I mean, I look at gameplay
didn't-
even now, even though it's old. Some of the ideals and like it still has better stuff than some of these MMOs today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was an SOE, right? It was EA.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
SOE.
No,
No.
no. Yeah, that's how that was with Sony, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they did some fuck shit with the updates and
Fucked
pretty much
everything.
took the game.
Yep.
Like most MMOs, they do something stupid, like, this is a good idea. Oh, it's not.
So
What
how
sort of
likely
level?
How likely you think it'll be that Star Citizen will prove too hard for people? So CID will put out a new player experience for Star Citizen like 3 years after it launches.
Like, I hope they don't
They're-
do that shit.
I mean, they are doing
They dumb it down.
They are doing an MPE for 3.0, which I like. The hint system is a really good idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know.
Yep.
So, but in terms of like, I think we'll probably get player housing in the sense of like outposts probably at launch, because of how much they've been working on it. I don't doubt that at the launch of Star Citizen they'll have player housing available, like players.
Yeah, but it won't be to the degree of Star Wars Galaxy.
No.
Yeah.
It'll be like, hey,
So you-
purchase this outpost on this planet for this amount of money, and you can't move it, or upgrade it slowly with like paying.
You
for
want new
upgrades.
chairs? Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Bring them. Bring your fucking chairs. Put them in your goddamn freelancer and fly them the fuck down here, you fucking lazy fuck. You know, kind of gameplay.
And,
That
and
isn't the
you know
shit.
they can make a lot of money. Like, you know, we already have people spending so much money on ships. If they start selling decorations for housing, that's another
I don't
income
think
for them.
they'll be selling that for real life money. They'll all be UEC.
They already
Just like
do,
you
though.
have with hangar decorations. Yeah.
You can
we
always
got
buy.
to help a noob real quick. He said, "Sorry, new SC noob here. Any chance of Squadron 42 comes out in 2017?" No.
Not a goddamn chance.
Here's the thing. There's a split in the community. Most people, I would say about 50% say no, and 50% say yes. The people who say 50% say yes are banking on the idea that Squadron 42 is announced, either a release date is either announced at Gamescom or at CitizenCon for releasing at the end of the year, like towards the end of
December 31st.
December. Like,
Wasn't that the
yeah.
plan last year?
Kinda, yeah.
And
tell y'all
3.0?
something.
That was my hope last year.
Yeah.
Wait,
I like how everyone's still excited for last year's goals this year.
And the thing is my perspective. I think the other 50% of the community is basically like, listen, there's a lot of stuff that they need to work on that they're not done with yet. Like, there's stuff that just basic, simple AI locomotion and AI programming, which hasn't been done for Squadron 42 yet, because it's also supposed to be in 3.0 or in the 3.x releases, you know. And so once that's out, we'll see Squadron 42 nearby. But I
Well,
don't think
that-
it's, you know.
in the moment they just explained that loan stuff, now I see why they're really taking their time. I don't know if it's for sure, but if they're getting tax benefits for working on Squadron 42, I think that's another reason why they're taking their sweet ass time. Because once Squadron 42 is done, I guess they have to probably negotiate a new deal with, you know, UK tax system,
Yeah.
and how they can get
Well,
some more breaks.
Well, no.
The second part of that.
It's by having a studio there is what it is. But the big thing
Yeah,
is
just
that
basically having employees, not actually having the game in development.
But
And then once it's done, it stops.
And also, when Squadron 42 is released, that's not the finished product. They're going to do more episodes after that,
Mm-hmm.
so they're still be working on it.
and also Squadron 42 itself is not done when it's released, because they're gonna add an after game patch that allows in multiplayer, like co-op gameplay for the actual levels. This was one of the things they were planning, was like, it's not gonna be at release, but they'll patch it in later so you can have it multiplayer aspects.
I thought it was only just for the Squadron 42, but I didn't know they include the episode 2 or 3. That's why I wasn't sure about. I was like, was it just for the first part of the game, or they got a deal for, you know, the second?
They've got it for the whole.
whatever?
They probably still need to negotiate the tax deal, because we don't know how long that tax is going to last. That's maybe another reason, is that the tax credit may be ending here shortly because of a time on loan on. Could be on Brexit, and I think part of the reason why it was paying out was some of the deals with the EU, because I remember them saying something like that. It was the EU stuff, something with the EU.
It's the exchange rates. It's nothing more. It's just because the pound is tanking because of Brexit. They went out to get a loan, so they don't have to wait an entire year to get the tax, because it's going to be a lot less money when they get it at the end of the year.
The pound will be worth less. But the other thing is that the actual tax credits themselves were based on some deal that the UK had struck with the EU. It was specifically for UK, but it was dependent on some stuff that they got from the EU.
Right.
So, So we don't know exactly how that works with the loan systems. I'm not a tax expert with those kind of things, but I from what I could gather, it's a complex reason. So there's probably more. It's a complex situation. So they're probably not going to release Squadron 42 this year, mostly because of content. But I think we would also start seeing a lot more advertising, is the other thing.
You so want that.
We need
fucking
it.
bottle of whiskey, don't you?
Yes, I do want that bottle of whiskey. Darj and I made a bet at the beginning of this year that if Squadron 42 came out at the end of this year, I would get him a 6-pack of really his choice of like good premium beer, and he said he would get me, I guess, a small bottle of really good whiskey if I
equal monetary
Yeah.
amount. Yeah.
So of whiskey if it didn't. So I already lost a bet with Gray. I said 3.0 is not coming out until December, and he said, "All right, cool." And 3.0 is probably going to come out before December, but we'll see. Well, yeah. About tax credits, the backers made a thin.
No, Ortwin mentioned that it's the
It's
whatever something.
It's in his announcement, dude. Just go read it.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to like. Just go read it. It's there.
Don't take our word for it. It's there. It's from the CIG CFO, the official word from him.
Isn't that
K-Bird?
kind of just the going like stance of this podcast is don't take our word for it?
No,
no, it is to take our word for it.
Yeah, no. See, Board Gamer gave us the good tagline for this podcast, which was the captain's table. We don't know shit. So just take that as at a word for that one.
K-Berg, I was just trolling. That's how a lot of people say sound. They say it's a scam and stupid. So you're new here. So when you go on forums and you see some of these websites post bogus journalism, just pay attention. You have to look into the game forums. All these alternative facts going on. We're just making fun of how trolls sound.
Don't be afraid to look at some alternative. Look at all the facts and see where you want to stand on it. A lot of people look at it and see and go, I want to back away from it. I'm not really interested in it, and that's fine. There's no reason to back right now unless you absolutely want to.
I think he already did. He said he's new.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but once 3.0 comes out, there's going to be an overwhelming amount of evidence that stuff is being done.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
but then again, we said that for 2.5 and 2.6 and
2.0 and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, 2.0. I was going to say that every time there's a new 0.0, that's always the case.
There's no excuses and new trolls. Like all this tax stuff we're talking about. They were trying to say that took out loans and CIG is broke. It's just troll stuff like that. And they could just, some of the stuff you could just go on the website and look that the facts are there, and people just totally go around it. And these are supposed to be quote unquote journalists. So
to play devil's advocate, though, some of the info is hard to find.
Yeah, it's really CIG that does not help themselves out with their website design sucks, and B their funding system is complicated.
The sea of information that comes out every day.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
a lot of
Their funding system isn't complicated. I can go to their page right now and buy a 15.
God damn it.
Yeah, probably stick to YouTube to watch a lot of the content, stay updated. That's probably your best bet.
There's a lot of good YouTubers who do, like Darge, Geo. You also have SEL Youngblood,
Board
Gamer, Tactical Advance. They all do a really good job of keeping up to date. Noobify.
Even an official channel too, you could go to and see all their shows.
And the Twitch streamers, generally speaking, who've been here for a while, most of the partner Twitch streamers who do Star Citizen are pretty well known. Meyer, myself, DJ, Knight, Baron, Saurus, Twerk, Gamble. They're all really good sources for information for
and also
long going.
If video isn't a good tool or social information for you, can go to relay.sc and that has a bunch of transcripts and you can search for whatever you're going to look for.
Relay is really
bring out all the info for you.
Relay's like a repository of all the information you need for Star Citizen. It's just there. And there used to be the Star Citizen Backer Bible. I can't remember what it was, or like the
Backer Bible. Wow, that sounds beautiful.
It was called the Big.
Man, that takes me back. Yeah.
It was called the Big Scam. But it was SCAM. It was abbreviation. It was like Star Citizen Addicts, something or other. It was a giant joke. But it had like all the information that was ever recorded by by CIG, like on ideas by CIG in categories you could read. It was like 1,000-page long PDF though, so even then it was pretty big. Anyways,
I posted another link. SG2A. That's another place you can look for the search.
Next question comes from Commander Hellfire. Pilots today have dogfighting suits to fight the Gs to keep from blacking out. Do you think the G suits will be available in game to help red out and blackouts? Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
They already sold some. Got one as a gift. Yeah. Because I bought one of those suits. I think for it was like an Origin Racing suit.
Yeah, the Origin Racing suit. Yeah. Yeah.
So they're in there now, but it's not going to completely eliminate blacking out. It's not like, I can't black out. Pay to win the suit.
But the idea is to focus on pilots who are using, who are dogfighting to wear specific stuff, so they're not just wearing armor everywhere they go, because the armor won't help them. So
And you won't be able to sit in a chair with armor with guns attached to your
Yeah.
back. I mean,
they've already
Yeah, I
said
don't know
that's
if you guys
changing.
watch-
So
I don't know if you guys watch The Abyss, but maybe like we'll be able to manufacture drugs to help prevent blackout also.
no, I mean, yeah, like within Expanse, yeah, like the juice in Expanse. There's
What if
there's
they have a, that like oxygenated fluid that you can just be in that stops you from getting blacked out?
Oh, you mean The Abyss?
from
Yeah.
what was it? There was also that one was in
Mission
was
to
it
Mars.
Mission to Mars. Yeah, Mission to Mars. They did the same thing.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to mention that before we were talking about Red Light Blackout, but but we all know how conversation flies on this podcast.
Yeah.
Just from topic to topic.
We just talk where we go where we want to go. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Mayonnaise 15, who asks, "What planet, race, or culture from any work of science fiction would you like to see in Star Citizen?" We'll start with Darj and we'll work our way backwards.
Oh, damn it. I was going to give this a good thing. Can I go
Let's skip.
last,
We'll go
please?
Geo
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
okay.
Say the question one more time, please.
what planet, race, or culture from any work of science fiction would you like to see in Star Citizen?
Good question. I would like to see the Wookiees. Wookiees, of course, from Star Wars. Wookiees are fucking badass. So yeah.
Yeah. See, Nizzle?
Oh, that's easy. Juggalos.
from Space Juggalos? Is that
Yeah,
what it
space
is?
juggalos. You serious?
Yeah.
Jinkos, chains. Pfft, come
Yeah.
on, this is the easiest answer ever.
Fast card.
I'm gonna see the Orion woman from Star Trek, the Green Woman.
Oh, the
Ryman Slave Girls?
yeah, the Orions. Yeah, yeah, I can't remember what they're called.
If you're going for Star Trek, if you didn't
Orion
say
Slave
Dax, you're
Girls.
fucking up, dog.
Yeah.
You didn't say what?
Dax.
Dax. Oh yeah. Mm.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ezri or Jadzia?
I like how
Yeah.
y'all just went when he said that.
Yeah, both. Yes. The answer is yes. Darj. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
The
I agree.
land of beautiful women and men, because there's never such thing as non-beautiful women or men on what were they called? The Trill.
Trill,
Yeah.
yes.
Let's see. The one that I would actually bring in is probably the Kerbals, just because I want to see little green guys launching rockets off of a tiny planet as you
That's
fly
pretty
by.
funny.
Just be like, what? You know?
I like that idea.
That's the dark part of the universe. We don't go there.
You don't go there. Yeah.
Dog side.
Or just to have like
my
a little Easter egg with like a command module from Kerbal Space Program floating with like a little like suit inside. It's like the Kerbal size that you like walk up and push.
It's like, what is it? What is that pile of junk over there that doesn't even fly? Oh, that's a Paul Shelley custom.
You know that. You know my. You know my.
I have a more serious answer. I was trying to think of something when I said the Orion women. But how about a Jedi or a biotic from Mass Effect, like someone who could use some kind of magic-like powers, but not real
Space
magic,
magic.
but science-based magic. I would like to have that in the game.
Okay, I think I have a good answer. Something very serious. Okay, we've joked, but my serious answer is a Type 3 civilization on the Kardashev scale, which is a civilization that's able to harness the energy output of the entire galaxy. Something so advanced that it would consider us as ants.
That'd be kind of cool. I mean, that was kind of the.
Or maybe discover remnants of such a civilization that went extinct. Like it got so advanced it destroyed itself.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is a civilization that exists that is a spacefaring civilization that was extinct now. That there are remnants scattered around the galaxy that you can find. Not the Kurthak. There's another one.
Oh.
That was an ancient spacefaring civilization. It wasn't
Right,
a precursor like where they like seeded the universe or whatever, but it was just an old civilization that died out, and that's part of the like exploration and like science is to go find these old ruins and study them. So
The
that's
Lantians, like in Stargate Atlantis.
kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
we got
discovered
a
all
winner right
humans.
here.
Jar Jar.
The
Jar
Jar
Jar.
race, the Gungans,
That's the winner.
Gungans,
No
confirmed.
Gungans, no care, dog.
Well, there needs to be some comic relief.
There has to be.
I agree. I agree.
He's
Although
a-
I
he's
would
a
say,
Kilbandu.
I would say Ewoks are worse than Gungans.
Whoa,
Ewoks?
whoa.
No,
We're gonna go that far?
Yes. Yeah.
Get Dark out
I'm
of here. Get
saying
him out.
it.
He's drunk. Get him out
If
of
you
here.
think something that simultaneously looks cuddly as fuck and may rape you when you're not looking, then you have very different ways of looking at things.
That also is also cannibals. They eat people, like or not cannibals, but they're like they eat people because that's what they were gonna do in Star Trek, the Star Wars. We're talking too many space things in Battlestar Galactica.
Too
The,
many.
the Jedi fought on the
stars,
Enterprise. You know,
In Star Wars, Data.
yeah,
To,
Doctor Who,
Yeah.
Dalek.
Yeah, it went on Moya
yeah. Oh God, but no, in
and
Star
went to go visit Gandalf.
in Star Wars when they get captured by the Ewoks are going to eat them. Everyone forgets that they were going to eat them.
Yeah.
Ewoks eat people. They're not cuddly things with spears. They will eat you.
they're murderous,
They're
hungry
murderous,
things with
hungry
spears.
things with spears. They're
Greedy fucking eyes.
And then
And
you
that's
got
how
shot
you
up
introduce
fire like Khan.
that's how you introduce the zombie into Star Citizen. We find a
Furry
new world
zombies.
full of cuddly creatures that turned out to be deadly and cannibal.
yeah, it's just zombies. They turn people into zombies. Cuddly things that turn people into zombies.
What's that movie with Tim Allen? Then that happened. They were like little cute creatures. That space movie. Oh, I forgot the name of it. They're all cute and they just like turn to cannibals. I forgot the name of it.
Is that the one with Sigourney Weaver?
No, the one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I forgot the name.
Galactic.
Oh,
Quest.
yeah.
Quest.
Quest.
Galaxy Quest. Yeah.
Galaxy
Quest.
Quest.
It reminds me of that
That's
scene.
it.
They're all cute and they just.
Never give up. Never surrender.
I'm sad now because we're never going to get a Galaxy Quest 2.
Well, we can. We just won't have people who was in the first one.
They'll probably put him in there with CIG like they do with everything else. So
CGI. That's it.
CGI.
They'll put in CIG.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
So the
We'll
movie's
have
coming out
CGI.
soon, TM?
Yeah.
CIG guy confirmed. There you go.
Nikolai asks, so long term, do you believe a planet should be affected by people piloting and leaving the planet? Pilot and leaving a planet too much? So say you're mining a planet with Atmo, she'll get environmental damage if too many people do it. I don't necessarily think we'll have that detail, but I definitely think we'll see impacts. You know,
That sounds like
Bring all
something.
the resources out.
That sounds
the
like
resources
something
reset.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That sounds like something that the writer would want to put in the game as a game mechanic, but I don't know if it'll be in there.
I think it'll be mostly manually handled. So, like, after a couple of months, they'll look at the status and say, okay, this area has been used a lot. Let's reduce the resource chances and start talking about how there's a resource restriction or, like, a reduction in this area, like in the news, so people know that, like, hey, stop fucking around in this system. You've been fucking around the system too much. So.
Well, we know that the economy will affect the system on the planet specifically. So maybe that's a tie-in.
Mm-hmm. That could be it. Yeah, we definitely know the economics will have an effect.
Well, yeah, and
players have
the
different dynamics.
economy, oversight is going to be a great tool to affect player distribution along the entire galaxy. Yeah,
and of course, you always have cataclysmic events. Like there'll be a star that's going to go supernova, or a great plague or famine on a planet that you need to will send players out to go get more stuff. Like Elite Dangerous has its community events, and that would be kind of what Star Citizen would do on a regular basis.
And
it'd
they
be
could
also
put legal
interesting to see.
restriction again, too. Like, you know, when you go hunting, you need a tag for deer. Like,
Yeah.
you can only mine so much of this material.
Yeah,
So then you could do it illegally.
and get in trouble with it. Yeah.
It'd be also interesting to see if they expand the entire PvE interaction from just being players versus pirates versus other species to have what was it in Star Trek Generations? You had Soren, the guy who killed stars and made the entire systems uninhabitable. Like if they had this mad scientist on the loose that'd be able to just wreak such catastrophic havoc along the entire galaxy that you would need a hero among the ranks of players to go and get them,
or a group,
something like that, or a group of people. Yeah.
And you don't just need Thorin. You could have red matter from the first.
Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah. Yeah, Star Trek does, have a lot more fantastical scenarios playing out that I think we will see in Star Citizen, at least from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we will
Star Trek
move towards that.
I think we'll also
What?
see see things like blockades and stuff like that, where people are trying to prevent like governments, like non-UEE governments, like independent human governments on the fringe, or that kind of stuff, might be like blockading each other, or UEE might blockade some like NICS. They might blockade NICS because NICS fucked with somebody, like started like releasing classified information from a leak inside UEE. The whole like Snowden thing happening in the Star Citizen universe, and so they're like, oh, we're gonna go blockade NICS because that's where it came from. And so then you have players who can either join the blockade or fight against it, or that kind of stuff.
How would the blockade work though? So
you would just shoot in the system.
Or is it would they be ganking the jump points?
They'd probably be ganking the jump points in the systems, because the jump point exits always change, but they'll still have it's the UEE, the UEE, which is like just put a fucking fleet there, which has more ships than Jesus, and you'll be fine. You'll have to outrun all of those Bengals, like the 4 that are chasing you, and all of their support ships.
And you're in Aurora.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. And they also may do things like quarantines, like they'll stop and even in Elite they have that kind of stuff where they'll stop and scan you and tell you to like drop your cargo if you, so.
Well, if they got like on Rogue One, how the Empire had, the Empire had the big shield around the planet. You had like a checkpoint to get in.
Spoilers.
I forgot the name of that. If you haven't seen Rogue One now, I don't feel bad for you.
That's 2 years ago. Watch it. It's on. It's been on DVD for like a year.
It's been less than a year. It's been like 9
Things
months.
still get released.
A real Star Wars fan would have made it a priority to see it by now. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Also, as Chad said, that's just a copy of the Spaceballs air shield.
Yeah.
On Druidia.
It was literally
Suck to blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freelancer Evo, or it's not a freelancer as in as a ship for Star Citizen.
It's not Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. No.
Yeah.
It's a nice ship, bro.
Yes, we're giving that away right now, but you got to make sure you're following Fastcard, Darge, C-Dizzle, Geo, and myself in order to win this one. So
I wonder what your sub goal would have to be. I wonder what your sub goal would have to be to give away a free Lancer Evo.
Yeah. God, that's for a $20,000 car.
Subs.
Or is that a? No, that's got to be. That's got to be like. Is that a sports car? I don't know.
Yeah,
it was on Fast and Furious 2, I think.
So it's like a $200,000.
No, it's not. No. It's like 30,000-40,000. Yeah, it's like 2 completionist packages.
Yeah. Jesus
Christ.
All right. 100,000 subs. That would be yes. If I get 100,000 subs, I will give away a car.
There you go.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys flip that.
Yes, you could hold that like.
He's like, guys, I finally hit the goal.
Right there, baby.
We're giving away the Miss Honda Civic.
Yeah. I'll give away a $500 car I picked up at a used car dealer from like 30 years
something
ago.
you got from Craigslist for a blowjob.
Yeah, or a little Micro Machines car. Like, hey, here you go.
Like I didn't say it was going to be a real car.
I said a car.
Or Lego version.
Or like that article was like the lady who got tricked into winning. Thinking that she won a Toyota, but they actually got her a toy Yoda.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So the next question comes from Mayonnaise, who asks, do you think the damage model for ships will have the ability to have crumple zones for when ships crash into each other, similar to Space Engineers? I don't think it'll be that advanced. No.
No, the way the tech works right now, it definitely doesn't support crumple zones. It's basically just breaking apart the cohesive model into separate parts, and there's a shader model which lets you see through the top layer of metal, whatever it is, underneath. And there is Soft physics, no. Sorry.
It's the way that it's going to work is that each of your ships are going to have components that you can replace and fix, and they'll have breakable limits. But your hull will also have breakable limits, and if your hull breaks off at certain places, it'll damage your internal components or external components as well. So you have to make sure you're maintaining those well through travel, as well as maintaining them during battle. So like you'll have having someone running around fighting fires and trying to repair stuff in the middle of battle is important, even for quick fixes, you know.
Yep. Yeah, but soft body physics, unfortunately, probably not. Maybe in 10 years when they do a revamp of the entire fleet in Star Citizen with US technology.
Yeah. Next, but you're kind of if you hit each other, your actually shields take the front of the force when you bump into other people. Your shields actually do the buffer. So there's kind of like that.
Dargenator. At this rate, 10 years, we'll be playing Star Citizen like the Matrix. Look at it.
The back of our head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking VR, like.
Brybase asks, what would you like to see at Gamescom? Star Citizen.
Jordan 42.
Yeah.
The vertical slice we were promised, yeah.
At Gamescom, I would like to see previews for 3.1 and 3.2. Something like mining or salvaging, like actually being demonstrated, or.
Thing is, Brian Chambers in Quantum Questions confirmed that 3.0 will have mining, and the Prospector is complete and will come in 3.0
Yeah, we talked
That's
about
the
it.
last we heard of it.
They haven't talked about it. They
haven't talked about it since.
They don't.
No.
That's
Wait.
not how CIG works. If CIG is going to release a new feature, they tell everyone and their mothers and make sure that their mothers watch them on YouTube and subscribe and like. You know, that's how CIG promotes their stuff. They don't hide it and say surprise. The only exception was when Chris Roberts dropped 2.0 at was it at Gamescom or was that CitizenCon? I think he dropped it at Gamescom. No, 2.0. Like they showed it off and it was a big surprise, but then they actually dropped the actual patch like a day after CitizenCon. There was no like warning about that. It was just, but they talked about working on it still.
And considering they have the entire schedule out,
On
I'm
this
going
past
to open
ATV,
up the schedule now and see.
on this past ATV, we actually saw the Prospector, but most people, including me, I mistook the Prospector for a freelancer, but it's actually a Prospector.
Yeah, I know. And if you look at the schedule, Prospector is done.
So yeah, I don't know. I would like to see some 3.1 stuff, to be honest, at Gamescom. If they're wrapping this up, I know they got some people working on 3.1 stuff already.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be interested.
Oh, definitely,
in
that. Yeah.
Seeing some of the hand combat and some cool stuff like that.
Yeah, some of that stuff would be nice, but it depends on how far out it is.
And I think they're going to be showing the 600 series ship. I think that's when they're going to, just like they did the what was the other ship they showed at CitizenCon last year? Forgot the name of it already.
What?
What was the one they showed it? What did they show at CitizenCon?
Aquila.
The Aquila.
Polaris?
No,
Yeah,
Players.
they're
Going to show the
Aquila,
concept.
yeah.
They're going to show the concept 600. I think at Gamescom. I think that's
Okay.
what they're waiting for.
How big is that thing supposed to be?
Probably about the size of a constellation, a little bit bigger maybe. That
So
size
more
range.
expensive.
Yeah,
I'm thinking like
$600 for
$400.
$300, $400. Probably
$890 jump was $890.
It might be $275. I don't think it'll be $600 though.
Yeah, probably won't.
No, I know it's not going to be $275.
I think it's going to be BMM expensive.
It's going to be $350 to $400. You guys heard it here first.
I think probably somewhere between a Constellation and a Carrack.
Yeah, that I would be.
Although
like
it might be more expensive because it is,
Origin.
the luxury
Origin.
brand.
That's the BMW of space. So
Yeah,
DL, I'm so disappointed in you. You said 350. You're supposed to say 350.
350.
my bad.
350.
Tree fitty. That's all.
Yeah.
$399.
I'm just hoping that it's more expensive than my Caterpillar, so that I can upgrade my Caterpillar to 600. That's all.
I like how these people are thinking about meta in
Yeah.
this point in stage now. It'll be more expensive with this, but not too much more.
I'm trying to think of the next question. Where is that? There it
You're
is.
right, man. It is.
Would you like to see SJ? How far on moons do you think we will have to drive for ground-based missions? Not that far.
5 minutes.
Maybe most.
If that, yeah.
Like, I don't think we won't really see fleshed out NPCs and missions done in 3.0. We're gonna not even see NPCs running around. We'll see NPCs hanging around at bars and at shops, but that's it. Like, kind of what we have now, but more interactive. Like, this NPCs behind the counters aren't just gonna sit there. They're gonna be like, "What do you want?" as you walk up to the the counter. But that's it. We're not gonna see beyond that.
Some of those cashiers just give you the fucking death stare. I remember they had like the black eyes, and they would look at you like, really soulless fuckers looking at me. I'm like, let me get the hell up out this store.
Keep your med pens.
Nikolai asks, cheddar biscuits or red lobster biscuits? How about the red lobster cheddar biscuits?
That's a good answer. I'm going with his answer.
Never had any, so I have no idea what
it's not
talking about.
It's basically scones is what do they call them? The flaky flaky scones with like cheese embedded in it.
Dar just said supposed to give me some crepes, so
hey, if I can get a citizen contact at place.
Crepes? It's just a pancake.
No, it's fucking not.
It's just a fucking pancake.
Croissant.
It's just it's a different style pancake, but like
he was telling me, he was like,
it's not supposed to be sweet. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's a non-sweet pancake.
We moved on to the food segment.
Food segment of the Captain's Table.
Yeah, see, this goes with the cooking career.
The food citizen podcast.
Hey, you know what? We actually talked about it in the past. That makes sense. That there should be a food chef profession in the game. Just because
today we'll be discussing how to properly prepare a Tavarin.
Banu semen, as Dolbach likes to say.
You have farmers, so you need someone to cook up the stuff that the farmers grow, right?
And we know that food might actually have an effect on players' stamina, health, or something else like that. So it makes sense to have someone who can cook in order to maintain good good health of the crew, but also to, like, if you're going down, you can run just a little bit faster because you've got that food.
Just admit, you just want to make moonshine in game.
I don't need to admit that. I want to make moonshine in game. I want to have my still inside my ship while I serve booze like a brew pub. You know, like, hey, I brew my own stock.
Moonshine if there's no moon close by.
What if I brew it on the moon?
What if there's 3 moons?
If you brew it on the moon, that automatically makes it moonshine. So there you go.
Yeah, especially if it glows in the dark.
Like, I got moonshine.
Next question comes from SJ. Do you think we'll get Area 18 and the rest of the planets before the annual Star Citizen stream? You mean the end of the year? Or are you talking about Citizen Con? Because you're talking about the holiday live stream, yes. If we're talking about the Citizen Con, no. I think we'll get Area 18 sometime before the end of the year. I think the most we'll get is 3.1. We'll have 3.0. We'll have 3.0 by the end of the year, and at the most after that, we'll get 3.1 with maybe a 3.2 later, like next year. But
I don't know. I'm hopeful. I had no basis for this, but I'm hopeful that after 3.0 comes out, it'll be easier and quicker to get the 3.1 and 3.2 out.
With those Delta patches, that's going to answer the golden question. So we'll see. Because 3.0, I mean, there's a lot of people just think it's going to come out and magically everything work. I'm expecting
3.0 is going to be a shit show. It's going to be an absolute train wreck.
I hate to be a negative Nancy, but I want to be very wrong. So trust me, I hope I am.
You want to be wrong, right?
Yes, but I got a feeling it's going to be 2.0 all again, if not worse, because there's way more shit moving.
Yeah.
It's the biggest patch ever.
I just hope that they don't release something like around Christmas, like they do every year since I've been back. It's in 2014. They always release something just before Christmas, and they always have to have people coming in to fix the crap that's broken.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's gonna be, but yeah, you're gonna have people come in on Christmas to fix shit. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, some people
and
don't
do
like
that
their
to
families
us.
and don't want to.
Some of them like that Christmas money.
Yeah, some people like Christmas money more than like their families. Yeah.
I used to be one of those guys till my son. I'm like, fuck Christmas, give me that money.
Prater Meyer.
I've been hold on. I've been going through the entire schedule, including the long-term schedule, there is no
mining
at all.
Yeah, I've been through all of it and said that they still haven't added it, even though it's supposed to have come out with 3.0. I think, and when the people asked them about that, CIG said that not everything they have planned is on the schedule. This is just stuff that they could track down and put together.
Yeah.
And I know we all know that mining requires a lot of stuff to be done in 3.0, 3.1, and 3.2 to work properly. So once they have those systems in place, it becomes easier for them to sit down and go, okay, what the fuck is mining? How are we going to make mining work? Now that we have all these systems like cargo and moving asteroids and like an economy system, all of these things in place, and mission systems, now how do we get mining to work? Because mining is comparatively, mining, cargo, salvage, repair, these are all easy systems compared to the big, heavy lifting stuff they have to put in there in the first place to allow you to even put a cargo box in your ship. You know,
not only that, but remember the email that we got 2 or 3 weeks ago. That little monster thing that's going to be around when you're mining.
Yeah,
I don't know what that's going to do. I guess it's going to fuck with you. You're going to have to defend yourself from that. So that's another added thing to mining.
Yeah, and also on planets and on asteroids, and you also have derelicts will have those kind of things too. You know, like the crotch spiders. Flying crotch spiders.
So you can't just go there.
Dogs too. Don't forget the dogs.
The crotch
And
dogs.
you have to watch out for players.
Yeah. Because
That's going to be interesting.
Because if every single, just look at me right now, chat, and viewers.
Look at me.
Look at me. Every single derelict you go on, I'm there watching you. I don't kill you. You have to explain to me why. I'm just there
I'm just inappropriate at shit every time.
Just silently watching and judging.
Yes. Next question comes from Prater Mike, who asks, if we assume that CitizenCon will be about Squadron 42 and that 3.0 will drop before Gamescom, what do you think they'll show at Gamescom? We talked about it a little bit. Do you think that... Oh, goddamn. They had time to work on anything that might be still far ahead in the future, or if they'll still simply focus on showing 3.0, which could be a little bit disappointing if we can already play it. I mean, to be fair...
Break that down for me, please.
Huh?
Break that down for me, please.
Basically, it's saying if it's just going to be 3.0 showing off at Gamescom, it would be a little disappointing because we already have the ability to play it. The answer is not everyone. People lined up for hours to play Star Citizen 2.5 when it was already out. It was 2.4. It wasn't even 2.5. It was 2.4 for hours.
On decent machines with decent controllers, because not everybody has the top-of-line machine with like a solid metal HOTAS at home.
Yeah, and also private server, because they have that technology to make their own servers private, so it's a little bit higher.
Tad tech.
Higher res as a result.
Not everyone wants to spend
the blah 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 technology.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to spend $40 or $45 to try a game.
Yes,
so
and
that's another thing.
So Gamescom is not really for the backers as much as it's for the community of gamers outside of this of us. What we get is the presentation. And I wouldn't go to Gamescom for the presentation for Star Citizen. If you're going to Gamescom, go because it's the biggest motherfucking gaming convention in the world. Like, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony will buy entire buildings just for their presentations. All right?
Really?
Yes. Entire, like, you
they do that at E3 too.
See, Dizzle, you've been
but
to
but it's bigger than
E3, Gamescom.
Like, have you?
What he said.
Have you been to like a PAX or anything like that?
No.
See, Dizzle? You've ever been to a convention center?
Yeah.
Like those big convention halls, like they're huge. Imagine one of those filled with nothing but Sony. That's basically what you get with Gamescom. One of those for Sony, one of those for Microsoft, one of those from Nintendo. Rows of
then there's others.
Machines. Yeah, and then there's Ubisoft, Bethesda, Activision, Blizzard. All of these major companies come out and do that, plus a bunch of the smaller companies and then the indies. So it's huge. This thing is massive.
Yeah. If they did show this, I don't think it would be that bad at 3.0 stuff because a lot of those people didn't see the updated 3.0 that we've seen at CitizenCon because a lot of these dudes they don't keep up every week on Star Citizen like us. So Gamescom, you could show even more updated version with all the stuff with the space worm and all this other stuff they got going in the bases. So it'll really knock a lot of people's socks off. So I wouldn't really mind it. I would be bummed out as a fan, but we're gonna get our show like what, a month or two later at CitizenCon. I think that's when we may see some Squadron 42. So I think they're saving that for CitizenCon.
Yeah, no. So the thing is that like last year, at Gamescom, they did have a long line for people to try out Star Citizen, and they were tiny in comparison to some of the other big guys there. So I think a lot of people who will go there will be there to show up. But if you're going to go to Gamescom, don't go there just for Star Citizen. Go there for all of the amazing stuff that's going to be there. Go there for freaking what is it called? Sea of Thieves is going to be showed off there, I'm pretty sure, by Rare.
I'm so tired of seeing that game. Just release it already.
Yeah.
Like, Xbox has no fucking games.
The other, what was the other one? The other ones that will be showing off there. Probably the next. You got the Bethesda's Wolfenstein game will probably be showed off there. We'll probably see like all of the preview games that you saw at E3. You'll be able to play at Gamescom, or at least some demo of those games. So.
Hopefully some more Beyond Good and Evil 2 gameplay, because that game, I don't know if you guys seen the ship stuff, but they got PlanetSide and stuff too. I seen that. I was amazed. It's
one entire system. It's huge. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the triple HD remake of Skyrim.
Yeah. The fourth remake of the same game, that they're not totally bleeding the shit out of people, because holy shit, we're on Nintendo now. You know.
When is Gamescom? I think Gamescom is in August.
It's like August 23rd. It's last weekend of August.
That's in Germany.
In
Cologne.
Cologne, Germany.
Köln.
Whatever the fuck you want to call it. We call it Cologne here.
The Germans call it Köln.
Yeah.
Colon?
3-hour line for 10-minute tryout. Yeah, no, Sergeant Gamble's not wrong. He was there last year. It is a 3-hour line for a 10-minute tryout.
Oh yeah, that's what was going on when people were, even at E3, when people were playing the new Mario. Yeah, you only get like 10 minutes. You got to sit there, wait 3-4 hours just for that. So yeah, people will be waiting.
Well, that's why you need to find someone in a wheelchair or a scooter and tag along with them, because they can just go to the front of the line.
No shit. That's how Fastcard and I got through PAX East and PAX South several years. So AstroPub
using Fastcard, confirmed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Goddamn user.
Yeah. That's. It was a team effort. I'm just like, my friend here is in a wheelchair.
Effort, yeah.
My friend's here in a wheelchair. He wants to get in front of the line. Oh yeah, sure, let's get your friend in the front of the line. And Fastcard's just like, I can do all of these games now.
Fastcard's like, yeah, my buddy's a Twitch partner, and
yeah, exactly. That's how that works.
You guys are using each other. Okay, so mutual using. Okay.
By the way, before you read the next question, you might want to repeat that people should be following us. Because the raffle is about to end.
Yeah, so you need to be following Fastcart, Darge, C-Dizzle, and GeoGetMoney. ! Pod follow in chat will get you all of that information. Pod follow. Boom. Bam.
Okay.
I've got Darge's Twitter, Fastcart's Twitter, and then C-Dizzle and Geo's Twitch. You got to be following those people.
You could do my Twitch as well, because it's the same thing.
But you don't really stream on Twitch, right?
Well, I kind of, like I said, I started because I have the opportunity now, but I don't know how long it's gonna last. I think I'm gonna stream Doom after we finish here.
The new Doom, the 2016 Doom.
The new Doom, yeah. Because I got that filters for my account that make me look all demonic. I got VSD plugins for the microphone, so I sound
They're
like
putting Doom in VR. I cannot wait.
Doom.
I didn't even play that game yet.
Doom VR but it's gonna only be for Vive.
And that's what I got.
Hey, HTC Vive crew, hello.
Vive Master Race.
I couldn't spend that additional $100 for the Vive, so I got the Oculus.
Peasant, you filthy peasant.
I'm waiting for the new Vive controllers. That's all I'm saying.
Hope Facebook loves your eye scan that it takes every time you put that on.
I put Dargenetic Twitch and chat.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pause this.
Follow for more tattoo.
Yes, waiting for a second gen VR is probably the smart thing to do. At this point, if you don't have one, it's best to wait.
I got one because there was a lot of good stuff, and I wanted it cheap. I added 5 minutes to it so you can follow Darge there. But I got one now because I wanted to experience things like Elite Dangerous in VR and hopefully Star Citizen when they start adding VR.
Elite was actually fun in VR.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so fun.
I will say that. It was actually fun. It was bearable for me to play it in VR. But
I probably spent like 150 hours
In VR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
Also,
the
Paul,
experience you get in that is unreal. When people go like, oh, VR's overrated. No, try it with a game like that, and it's hard to even go back. Like, you don't even want to think about Track IR when you put on a VR.
Yeah, Star Trek Bridge Crew is like that, and same with...
Right, and you get it with the HTC Vive.
You also get it with
almost worth paying the premium. You also get it with the Oculus?
You can get it with the Oculus.
Oh, okay.
They have packages with them. The problem is that with the Oculus, you also have to buy the controllers separately, so they're an additional $100. But
right, and I was looking, local prices actually makes the Oculus more expensive than the Vive.
which is weird because here it's actually $550 for like an Oculus, and then so with additional controllers and taxes, it ends up to be about $700. But the Vive is actually $799 here.
No, it's $100 more for the Oculus with controllers here.
Yeah,
It's
Berg.
crazy.
I tell people this all the time. Depending on your space, the Vive and Oculus argument. If you're going to do a lot more sitting down games, you don't have enough room to stand up, get a Oculus. If you have the room to stand up and do the room scale, go ahead and get the Vive, because there's not much difference between both the headsets. Me, I think I'm almost going to get a Rift pretty soon, because sitting down, it's hard to set up these stupid ass stations for the Vive for my space, and then sometimes I just want to sit down, put the little camera right there, and just boom, put it on. So the Rift has that going for it, but if you got enough room, definitely go for the Vive. Because you got to buy the motion controls. You have to buy those extra, and they run on battery. You can't charge them with the Rift, so definitely Vive.
Yeah, the only reason why... Go ahead.
For me, I would just want a 4K monitor with some head tracker, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah,
Okay, ultra wide curved.
it works, but I mean, like it's a completely different experience with a VR headset than it is anything else. It's not like PC gaming. It's not like console gaming. It's totally different.
It's hard. It's honestly hard to explain to someone.
Yeah,
I've actually tried VR once, but I get motion sickness real easily. So
yeah, I would definitely try one to find out if you get motion sickness. But when people say immersed, like I never used that in the game before. Like I really felt immersed. Like I fell over because like my mind was playing tricks on me. Like you're in the game, but you're not. Like, it's weird to explain.
I was playing a game called Robo Recall, which comes with your controllers if you get the Oculus. It's actually fantastic. It's made by Epic. It's a really, really fun kind of action game. But you fight robots. You have like pistols. You use the controllers as like pistols or shotguns and that kind of stuff. And you can also grab them and toss them around if you wanted to. So I was grabbing them and tossing them around, and I found myself grabbing them and then punching my fist into the wall, trying to toss them because I'm so into it. It was like Jesus Christ!
Is why
I tripped on my couch.
Better because it shows you where the borders of your room are.
Yeah, it does the same thing for
the
Oculus now, but the difference is that some games don't have the Guardian support yet. So like that game didn't have Guardian support, and you're moving around so much that like I don't even notice that. Like it's the second you get to the boundaries, it doesn't matter. I'm already grabbing this fucking robot. I'm tossing him halfway across the goddamn. Yeah. So
yeah, like how you guys are saying, probably wait for the 4K if you can. I couldn't wait no more because I've been waiting since the original Kickstarter for the Rift, so I couldn't wait any longer because the pixels could really get in your way with some games like DCS. I'm squinting trying to figure out what the dash says. Once a 4K one comes out, it's going to be beautiful. I can look at everything just fine and then have eye tracking on the second gen. So if you can hold out a little longer, do it.
Yeah, but DCS, not all the games allow the Guardian support to work. Like that one was a very early controller game, which is the reason why it wasn't popping up when I got close to them.
What's the glasses support like for these things?
They're actually pretty good. They have ways you can set them up. It's just you have to put on your glasses and then like there's a technique you use to put it on over your glasses.
Because with my prescription, I can't just adjust the prescription in the headset because I got like astigmatism at like weird angles, so I need the glasses.
CS it is built in. It's built into the system itself. My problem is that the game itself that I was playing wasn't showing it up. That's why I was hitting shit. All right, I'm not denying it. I know it has Guardian support. I'm just saying the game that I was using for some reason wasn't popping up.
Yeah, you can still have the support and you can still fall over. I mean, once that line comes on, that's when you kind of snap out of it. But like I said, it gets intense. Like I was in a stealth game. I was trying to lean. He seen me. I'm like, oh, I just fucking tipped over. I felt like a dumbass. But yeah, it happens.
Reminds me of the professional snooker player who was given going to play the snooker, and he went to lean on the table and just
Just falls
Oh.
right over.
CS, I know it's built into the software. What I'm saying is it doesn't show up because of in this game for some reason. It may be a bug. It may be some other issues. It doesn't always show up. Okay, calm down, dude.
Get
I
right,
know
bro.
it exists. It just didn't exist for this game. I've seen it with all my other games.
So let me get this straight. Like a few months ago, Joe Good Money was PC Master Race. Now he's Twitch Master Race. Is he going to
Switch
become
Master
VR Master Race next?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a VR headset for my Switch. So now eat that, PC guys.
Like, but basically, that's just gonna be like a headset you can. Plug
Thank you,
the
Innovis,
Switch
for telling me
into.
from other sons. I've been
I can just hook it.
people
They're
have
just
been
gonna
talking
hook
about
up the
that.
dock light.
All right, I'm gonna
Just
say
like
that.
the phones.
Thank you for that, man. From Other Sons, because I've heard about From Other Sons as being like a VR Pulsar, but better res, and it looks really good. But I every time someone mentions it to me, I forgot the name of it. So like now I have it saved. So thank you.
Is it for sale? Is it?
It's
out already?
it's coming out soon.
Look
The
that up.
only thing that pisses me off about these VR games is with just a few modifications, they could make them work on normal screens with normal controllers as well. But they could just keep making them just for VR. Like,
That's how they make money.
The reason why they're doing
I know.
that, the reason why they're doing it is because they want to make money, but it's also a completely different experience. Like it's like playing.
No, it is.
It's like the difference between playing a mobile game and a console game. Like that's really the way you think about the gaming is completely different. Which is why it's really hard to explain how it's different.
I
until
want
you
to
experience it.
play these games, but maybe I don't have $800 to just
Wait for Gen 2.
shell
That's
out.
another problem.
Wait for Gen 2. Because if you wait for Gen 2, then Gen 1 will be cheaper, and if at the very least you can pick up like a Rift.
Yeah,
for
I
like
know, but I
100.
want to.
Yeah, but then Gen 2 is out.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah, Trouble Man said they had what? They had 4K, 120 hertz wireless video links working at E3. I need to see that.
yeah, no.
hell?
Vive is the one to look for the next generation because they've got it. We've been talking about fucking VR for like
Yeah,
10
right.
15 minutes. It's important though because we know Star Citizen wants to have VR in it, and there's a lot of
my God,
discussions to be
please.
had about it.
I mean, they bought a Mark 1 kit like 18 months back or something like that to test for the game. So they tweeted that out. So you know they're working on it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
and
they are.
And on top of that, the big thing is that if they can get like touch support in and like the controllers for the Vive support, being able to like use that for like like selecting things in your cockpit, which
Grabby
sounds
hands.
like they're going that direction anyways from the new UI design. That would be kind of interesting, but you know,
The VR controller that would be perfect for me would be something that doesn't get in the way of using other controllers. Something that's on the outside of the hand only, so you can grab a mouse and keyboard without
Vive.
putting it off. You can grab joysticks. Yeah, so
Vive. The
I
Vive
think-
does that.
I
The
think
Vive,
the new Vive.
the new Vive
the new Vive
has
controllers, yeah.
controllers on the hand, so your controller is the hand.
Yeah,
That you can control stuff with,
haven't even
with
seen
all
that
5
shit.
fingers. It's the brand new technology that it's not even out yet. It's like R&D that they showed off, I think, at like E3. So
Well, yeah,
No,
they got
no, but
some
that's-
games.
that's-
Power glove.
That's still you still have stuff in the palm of your hand.
yeah.
Yeah.
It would need to be everything would need to be completely outside. Unless this is it, the Mana's gloves, whatever.
That would be nice because there's a game called VTOL for VR. I've seen some YouTubers playing it, and you could actually use the controller to turn everything on in the ship. So that'd be awesome if they could implement that in Star Citizen. I could just whoop, doop, doop, turn on, do the radars. I mean, that'd be so awesome.
Jack Avalon, it really is different. Like if you've played VR, yes, you have kind of like these wonky, like tiny little hover hands that happen often, but you don't even notice them because VR in Star Citizen is mostly going to be you climb into your cockpit, you put your headset on, you have your control device, and you use the head as it's like a head tracker, but it's also your screen. So you can see and all that kind of stuff, and still mess around with your keyboard and mouse the same way.
When you're in VR, you don't
Hey,
even
Fasker, can you permit me?
notice the goofy floaty hands.
Yeah,
It just feels natural.
your brain turns it off. Your brain will read that and say that's normal, and then it just kind of completely turns off the whole thing.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I used to think people were bullshit when they said that, yeah, but your brain really will like tell you. I'm like, come on, you could tell
It fills
your
in
brain,
the
like,
blanks.
yeah, it's
No,
strange.
The brain is really good at doing that. As soon as it reaches like a threshold where it has enough information, it will fill in everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
it's
that?
like it just goes in autopilot. Like it's so strange.
What was that, Pascal? You had
No, I did not. That wasn't me.
I'm asking Fastcard to permit me in chat.
You should be.
Oh,
Hold on.
I
Type
should
something.
be?
Just type something. Just say something in chat. Hold on. There you go.
crap.
Just fucking
Okay,
mod
you
me
beat
or
me to it.
something.
Already done.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, this is like, yeah, there we go. I think this is like R&D photo for new Vive controllers.
Huh.
Like everything in the gloves, so it lets you do
Grab your
stuff
hands.
with. Yeah.
Alrighty. So the next question, because we only have a couple more questions left, is how far do you? And we already talked about that. How large of a download do you think 3.0 will be? It'll be probably 40 gigs. What's the
I was gonna
current
say
one?
40
Could
or
be, yeah.
45 max.
Yeah.
35 minimum.
Just leave it on during the night.
Yeah, and we're not gonna get. We're
Well,
probably not
it's
gonna
not
get
the
the Delta patcher until after 3.0 is released. Would be my guess.
No,
Yeah.
no. If you live in Australia, you'll leave it on for the month.
You just,
Yeah, the entire month.
Next question comes from Mayonnaise015. Do you think the full cargo hold will affect flight characteristics of the ship? Yes. It'll slow you down. It'll make you slower in turns. All those sorts of things. It already does that.
Oh, yeah.
Wade already does
Smash,
that to your ships. Because there was a while where you could like clip off pieces of your ship and go faster. I think you can
Oh, I
still do
remember
that.
that. Yeah.
You know.
No, I remember. I think who was it in Test Squadron that's the fastest guy?
Fastest.
The
to
fastest
what?
racer. The fastest racer.
Wreck their ship.
No, the fastest racer. Who's always on the the leaderboards for old Vanderbilt.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. He's a test guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shive.
Shive, yeah.
Shive, yeah. He actually had like a tutorial on it, how to get into your Mustang and break everything off just so you could go like twice as fast as you could normally. But that was before the Afterburner when Cruise was still in.
And I think they fixed it to a degree where if you start breaking your ship, you actually slow down to a degree because you start to damage your ship, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But the same physics still exist. All right, so
Also, do you think that when cargo comes in, we'll have different types of cargo? So, like, you could have the entire cargo hold filled with pillows or with gold, or is it just going to be a type of cargo? So the amount you have is what affects you.
it's gonna be weight rather than what you have.
Yeah.
So but it's going to be kind of like Elite Dangerous at first. What they already said is that they have like 5 categories that they have, and then once they have those categories down and they work, they'll start breaking those categories down into individual items, and then they can start rendering those items in game so that you can like go open your cargo bay up and pull out like a bottle of whiskey. But it's not going to be like that right away. It's just going to be cargo. It'll be like a cargo that's labeled Vice, and that's all you got. And then like I've got 15 tons of Vice, and
Yeah, but it's going to be like
what
it's
weighs
going to be
more,
different
a pound of gold
volumes.
or a pound of feathers?
yes.
Actually, a pound of gold, no, a ton of gold weighs more than a ton of feathers because gold is measured in troy.
Leave it
I
to
like
So
Dars.
pounds. Yeah, it's
Leave it to
it's how its
Dars.
measurement is. It's actually more heavier. It's also massive, much more massive.
More
so it's
heavier.
more heavier, more dense.
More better blues.
So last question here is, or last statement was some from Starkiller, who says, just wanted to add, for those who can't afford a Vive or Rift, you can link your phone to your PC and use mobile VR headset. Link to RiftCat/VR Ridge. Let me get that link for you.
You can use the phone. Wow, I didn't know that.
It's getting better. Like the next big advancement is wireless VR, which is wireless VR. So the idea, you can put a headset on and it'll have everything you need. But at that point, if you have a wireless VR headset, you don't really need a computer. It's basically a wearable computer. So why bother even using a computer? It becomes its own console.
Zotac actually makes like a backpack that you can put
for the
Vive.
Vive, yeah.
Yeah,
So I have a
everything
question.
plugs
So-
into the backpack.
So if
And
you
it
make these
comes
for
with a huge battery, so it runs for a while as well.
So if you make these for the smartphone, I mean, wouldn't be a tablet be better? You just stick the tablet right in front of your face and just see everything.
Thing is, a smartphone is the proper size. Well, actually, like a 7-inch is the proper size for the current headsets, because even the first DK1 and DK2 of the Oculus Rift actually had Samsung Notes panels. If you took it apart, it still said Samsung on it.
Mm-hmm. But as you say, like
my God.
that's the thing. So the big thing about the VR with the phones is that it's less quality. Like the quality is much lower. So you have more prone to motion sickness. Whereas the VR headsets, you're basically wearing two 4K monitors on your face with VR headsets. So
Yeah, like my
It's not
screen
4K.
resolution on my phone is
2K. They're each 2K.
2960
Yeah.
by 1440.
They're higher
Phone
than
VR
same
is
here.
whack.
Yeah, same here. 2560 by 1440 here. But it,
That was
it-
iPhone,
it
that's
doesn't
why.
have a high enough refresh rate to. That's what gets you.
See, I feel kind of bad because I was totally trolling when I said that, but that's different.
Hey,
He ruined your troll moment.
Yeah. Oh, so that's the last
it
question.
works, man. It works.
I think that's it for today. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out with us.
Really?
Let's do the freelancer draw right now and see who won. We had 98 people enter. If you do win, the keyword is Star Citizen. All one word, Star Citizen. Write that in chat. If you say that in chat, write that all chat in one word, then you will win. If you type that in chat right now, if you type that in chat
Deep in
right
the
now
well
and
for
you
that one.
don't, shut up. if you do type that and you don't win, guess what? You're gonna get banned. So that's how this happens. Good luck to everyone who entered, and the winner is Cortheus. Congratulations.
Rigged.
Follower since 7th of August 2016.
I seen the whole thing is
Star
rigged. guys.
Kitten.
No, not K-Bird. No, not you.
Yeah, ban.
I want a Star
Yeah,
Kit
yeah.
version of the Nox. I think it looks so sick.
All right, so Cortheus, make sure you send me exclamation message in chat. Send me an email. I can't guarantee you to it right away, but I can guarantee you to within 15 days. So just because the way that Twitch pays us, they pay us every on the 15th every week, every month.
15
So,
days shipping and handling, baby.
yeah, kind of thing. So it'll get to you. I'll try to get to you sooner if I can, but it's just how it works. So the congratulations there. Cortheus, so again, exclamation point message in chat to get that email. But you got to make sure you email them to me, otherwise you won't get a chance to get it. Like you need to send me an email saying you won the freelancer and then your information for sending for Star Citizen. All right. That being said, thank you guys all so much for hanging out with us here tonight at the Astro Pub. If you guys did enjoy this, please make sure you're following me. Make sure you're following all of these guys. Make sure you're following all of these guys.
Man.
You need
Yeah,
to.
especially because I'm going streaming right after.
You should.
Well, first I have to go take a piss and then I'll stream.
So go follow him. Go watch Darge right now. Go troll on his stream. Go sit there and post nothing but Kappa over and over and over again, while he's playing Doom. Now, the one thing I will
1080p
do,
60, brother.
the one thing I will do is we'll host a smaller Star Citizen streamer after this, just because it's kind of a tradition to promote smaller streamers using this. Yeah, if you guys are watching this at home, remember we'll do this live, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. 11 p.m. British summertime. And if you want to watch it live, we also do vodcast. If you're watching the vodcast, I'm sorry if you were tricked. I didn't mean to trick you, but it'll be broadcast.
Yeah, I did. That did happen to me the other day.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're doing a podcast this time?
Um,
And can you imagine people thinking it's live and participating in the draw and then?
That happened.
Well, no, they wouldn't because they can't chat because the chat is just playing, right?
yeah. So
Oh, yeah, and for all our Americans, happy 4th of July. Be safe.
For
Don't
those-
blow your hand off with no damn fireworks. Eat lots of ribs and drink lots of beers.
for those of
Right.
you,
If you blow off your hand, you won't be able to play Star Citizen. Pretty much.
Whatever you do, don't stick a firework up your ass.
that's
Don't
dumb.
What about a
That's dumb.
hamster, though? Is
Maybe.
a hamster okay?
That's-
or
What if you name your hamster Firework?
Yes.
Yeah. And for our hat to neighbors to the north, America's hat, Canada. Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Yeah.
Hey, Canadian bacon, baby.
And for the rest of you, like I say every night, hope to see you guys again soon. But if I don't, hope to see you someday in the black.
Oh.
Have a good night, guys. What's up?
don't forget to get your CitizenCon ticket or your VerseCon tickets.
Both of which are being on sale later today and on Sunday. So do it.
Yes, in